and today I have come to Canford Nature Reserve. This is a large heathland found just outside of the city of Bournemouth. You may hear there's a busy road in front of me. I've parked my car on Gravel Hill. There's a little lay-by there, which is a great access point to this nature reserve. Today, we're going to be doing some wildlife photography. Now, as you may be able to see, the weather isn't fantastic. We've seen it better, but it is winter. It's the beginning of February. We have an incredibly overcast day. There's just clouds everywhere. Because of that, I thought I'd do a challenge. I'd bring out an enormous telephoto lens. This is the Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens with the Canon 7D Mark II. The Canon 7D Mark II is pretty good in low light. The Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens, it's also pretty good, but it's a huge lens, meaning it does like to have lots of light. We're gonna see how this goes. It's also a completely new place. I've never been to this nature reserve before, so I have no idea what to expect. There could be tons of wildlife, there could not be much. So, with all that being said, let's do some wildlife photography. And I've been walking for less than 2 minutes, I kid you not, and it's already looking super wild. It's crazy how natural this place is. I don't want to say overgrown because the biodiversity and richness in this environment is incredible. However, this one little cluster here is full of gorse. And I don't know about you, but I don't really want to get prickled. But I certainly know this. I'm not going to let the gorse beat me. Ow. Okay, whew. Right, we beat it. We beat the gorse. Now, that's not the only obstacle that we're going to find out here. I read on one of the Google reviews that we need to be cautious of the 3 cows that graze this environment. Now, I'm perfectly happy to walk in a field with cows. I just don't want them to surprise me because they are quite big. I don't know if they've got horns or not, but it's just something to be aware of if you are going to come out here. And as I mentioned at the beginning, this nature reserve is just outside of Bournemouth. In fact, just behind me here, you can see the skyline of Bournemouth. This is a super wide angle camera, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'll get my telephoto out and do a quick scan of the Bournemouth city skyline. Now, as you can see, I've set the camera up on a tripod. That allows lots of stability for the camera here. Today I'm just using a bullhead tripod because I didn't want to carry too much weight, but it has a pan mode and that will be good enough for today. This means that I can make the most of the light and not have to worry so much about camera shake. Now I'm going to film a swooping shot of this Bournemouth skyline, and to do that I've set my camera to 50 FPS so that I can slow it down so it will be nice and smooth. And on this Sigma 150 to 600 millimeter lens, there are 3 stabilize options. One is off, 1 is for general stabilization, and then 2 is for panning stabilization. So I'm going to be using that panning mode to get this shot nice and smooth. My aperture is going to be on 7.1. That means that we're still getting lots of light into the camera, but we'll also get a little bit more focus, so there shouldn't be any bokeh within this shot. What I'm shooting is so far away, and the compression on this long lens means that it will all be in focus. The first shot will be at 150 millimeters, then we will zoom right into 600 and get a close-up of the towers. Literally tons of heath, and it's beautiful. I cannot explain how gorgeous this heath is. There's loads of light because of it. However, the one disadvantage with heathland is it's difficult to find wildlife. If there is wildlife out here, they hide very low in the bushes. Now I see there's some trees up there. Obviously there's trees to the side of me. These trees are likely where we're going to find wildlife today. However, where there's trees, there's also shade, which proves more of a problem on a day like today when we have very little light. Over on that hill, just past this little tree you can see here, there's some crazy sci-fi looking disc thing. I'm gonna take a photo for you so you can see it because it's fascinating. I have no idea what it is. If you know, pop it in the comments below. I've now come into these trees, and inside this cluster of small trees and bushes, I can hear quite a few birds. So I'm gonna see if I can find them in there. And I've been crouching down here in the gorse for over half an hour now. These trees behind me, as I said, had lots of little birds in them. I could hear them. When I say lots, there was about 2 of them. I can still hear them now though. I'm getting prickled by my legs, but we got one photo. I know what you're thinking. That's gonna be an awesome photo. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah, it's not. It's a rubbish photo. I'm only showing you to prove that there was a coltit here. I believe it's coltit anyway. You can hardly see it through the bushes. I'm gonna hang around for a little bit longer because I really want to get some good photos. I feel like I deserve it after waiting all this time. But if not, that's just wildlife photography for you, and we will move on. The next place we're headed is over that hill behind me. It might not look too big to you, but trust me, that's one big and steep climb. And this climb is insanely steep. It's literally, I reckon this is about, at least 50 degrees. Although I'm no mathematician. The view is fantastic, and I'm not even at the top yet. Let me come join you up there. Oh my gosh, I'm out of breath. Doing all of this with a heavy camera bag. Oh. You know what I've just noticed? There's steps just down there, and I've just climbed up a near vertical thing covered in all of this forest litter. Oh, I love making life hard for myself. I'm just gonna stop here and enjoy the view. And behind me, you can see there's a path. I went that way for a little bit because I thought there'd be some wildlife down there. Turns out there wasn't that much. There was a little magpie, and here is the photo. I've now come to this path. I'm not sure if you can see, but I believe it's a mountain biking path. There's huge grooves and cliffs along here. As I say, I don't know if you can see the dips on this camera, but it's gonna be great fun to walk. That's the path we just came up, and that was the hill we climbed earlier. Oh, This walk is awesome. Like, even if we don't find wildlife today, I'm just having a whale of a time walking around this beautiful environment. It is crazy how beautiful this landscape is. I'm blown away that this is just outside of Bournemouth. The sun has been threatening to peek out from inside the clouds, but we're still yet to see much wildlife. Small birds fly overhead every now and then, and there's a couple of crows, but wildlife is very elusive in this place. And if you've been watching the channel for a while and you remember going to Chobham Common, we had the same problem. Large heathlands, they hide wildlife very well. And at last we found a great tit. This great tit is in a bush, and the photos are not world class. However, I'm pretty happy with how they turned out considering the circumstances. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Go check out my Instagram and check out the links in the description if you're interested in any of the gear I've used in this video. I'll see you in the next one.